Hey y'all, okay, so Ashlyn asked me to make a video and I have procrastinated because I wanted to have my hair and makeup done. And she was like, who cares? And I was like, I know, I don't really care, but I do care. Um, so we're getting near to Summit and I don't know where you are in your decision-making process about the importance of Summit, but let me tell you what Summit meant to me. And Ashlyn's a big part of this story. 4 years ago, almost to the day, because I'm coming up on my Beachbody birthday, we were at a point in our lives, in my family's life, where my husband had just come home from a deployment. He thought that he was going to be getting orders and we were moving. He told me I needed to give up my job at the kids' school. I was a music teacher for third, fourth, and fifth grade. It was a temporary job, and I was also teaching a class or two at the YMCA. So I was just doing the odd job, but it kept me very busy, and it was never just a part-time job. So I let them know that I would not be returning the following year, and he came home, and we were very focused on that. Well, things changed. And he said, the better career move for us would be to stay another year. And I said, Chris, I gave up my job. I don't think I can get it back. And he's like, well, you need to find something to do because you're going to drive us nuts. And let me just tell you that living in California is expensive. And even if you have a good job, you can be pushed to the limit with gas prices and just the cost of living, and 2 kids in private school because that's what we needed to do, and 2 kids on a travel soccer team. So we had some debt, quite a bit, and we were kind of drowning. It was a horrible feeling to feel like you had it all together, and then in just a few years feeling like you're losing your grip. And I felt like I needed to do something about it, but I didn't know what. So I was on Facebook one night, and a friend of mine from college who I used to sing with was posting that she missed her kids, first time she'd been away from her boys, and she was at an event in Las Vegas where she was surrounded by people who were encouraging, motivating, like-minded, and just building one another up. And the company was just spending a lot of time and taking a lot of effort and putting a lot of attention into the people who were there. And she never talked about money. She never talked about income. She talked about dressing up and going to cool parties. And for me, I was like, I never leave my house. I'm totally just stuck here. Don't really get to do much. This sounds like fun. So I messaged her and asked where she was, what she was doing, and she got back to me almost immediately and just started gushing about this event called Summit, and how Beachbody was just blowing her away with the attention to detail, with the people, with the recognition of things that are important in life, like families being restored, and parents being able to quit jobs that were really just bleeding them dry as far as time and memories, and able to come home and be with their kids. So that resonated with me because I didn't want to work in a job where someone else set my hours. I wanted to be available for my kids. And you guys are already coaches, so I don't need to tell you the importance of coaching. But the spontaneity, that's not me. I will overthink something and beat a dead horse. And I'm a planner, and I don't just jump. And for whatever reason, my husband and I both felt that I was supposed to go. And I'll try not to get emotional. And so I messaged her, and she's like, you need to be here. You should be a coach. So I signed up on Thursday, and I waited for my husband to get off work on Friday because he said, you can't go until I get home, but I feel like you need to go. And I know Stephanie because we went to college together, and I knew Whitney from we were in college together. So, it was a safe place. I just hadn't seen these people in forever. So it's going to be kind of fun, right, to reunite with old friends. Never been to Las Vegas either. So I drove what was supposed to be a 4-hour drive, and it took about 6 or 7 because I'd never been to Vegas. I didn't know everybody from California went to Vegas on the weekends. It was also over 110 degrees. And as someone pointed out, there were multiple wrecks. I had every opportunity to turn around, for hours. And I could see the lights in the distance, and it was getting 11 o'clock, 11:30. I did not get to the hotel until it was almost midnight. I was exhausted. And Stephanie was just coming back from a party, all dressed up, talking about how exciting it was, and I was just like, I'm tired. I slept on her couch. The next morning was the 6 a.m. workout with the live trainers. people are spritzing us with water, and she's taking pictures of me, and I'm just like, this is odd, and I'm working out in a parking lot, and my hands hurt, and I've never done this, and there's Tony Horton, and oh my gosh, I'm like walking across the street with Tony Horton, and who is this Sagi guy, and there's, all these people that had been my trainers, like Chalene Johnson kicked my butt and helped me lose weight when I had my second child. Turbo Jam was my jam, and so they're right there. And I had the opportunity to go to seminars that day. And I didn't know these people. I didn't know topics or who I should see. I didn't go through the process that, we go through nowadays where we get to choose. I was able to just go to whichever one I wanted to. And I went and saw Doug Fitzgerald and Tracy Morrow, two Christians like me, who were talking about family and faith. I mean, I couldn't have picked a better one. That was something that was very near and dear to my heart. She had a quilt she had made. It was a very homey setting. They're buddies. They're being silly. And they're talking about what this opportunity does for families. I needed to hear that. The next one was Tommy Migrant and Barbie Decker. And Barbie Decker, she is a French literature professor. And so she's very much in academia, and she works hard, and she loves teaching. And I'd been a literature teacher for a few years and then transitioned to music. He's a coach. Talked about how you invest in other people, but you forget to invest in yourself. So that really resonated with me too. Again, nobody's talking about money. I'm bawling. Every person I listen to is speaking directly to me. Stephanie looked at me and she goes, your jaw was on the floor the entire time. Then we get to get dressed up. This is where I meet Ashlyn. I got to meet Ashlyn and Kobe at a little reception in Stephanie's room. And I had this incredible dress that I had just bought for my birthday, and I didn't think I was ever going to wear, like ostrich feathers, kind of flapper. I was so excited to get to wear my dress again. I didn't know anybody, and I kind of hung back and watched, and I'm in the picture, beaming. Now, I'm not even knowing why, and I'm helping clean up after being catered by Whole Foods and meeting Kobe and meeting their girls and really loving seeing them because I'm away from my kids. And I remember walking to the MGM, to the grand, the stage, and talking to the girls, and them thinking I was like some princess or whatever, and just saying goodbye to Ashlyn because she wasn't coming. She was going to stay with them, and feeling like it was a family, not feeling like I was at some seminar where I'm supposed to learn and report back, but feeling like I was a part of a community. And that was really important to me because as a military wife, you move so many times, you have to say goodbye to people. You don't really ever feel like you're a part of something. So this was important to me. This meant something to me, that I had a seat saved for me in this big arena, and I'm watching people be recognized for not only their growth, but their transformations. So that was the night that Richard Neal won $100,000. I was blown away. He lost like 247 pounds. Incredible life change. Like, he was able to be there for his child. And then Scotty Hobbs was able to be a stay-at-home dad to his family and bring his wife home from the 2 jobs she was working. And he still plays in a band. It was really cool to see life-changing things happening. Not just they made so much money and they're the top producer. And I remember the top 10 was there, and I didn't quite get it. But I left there energized. I left there, and Stephanie said, all right, let's get you started. You need to hit Success Club, and you need to grow, and your first benchmark is Emerald, and da-da-da-da. And I was like, done. Let's do it. So before the end of the month, I was both. I think I signed up on the 23rd or something, and before the clock struck midnight, I was in Emerald, and I had Success Club. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have earned the trip that year. So there were just a couple things that just by doing what the heck I was told and trusting my upline, and just leaving there with a fire in my belly and not understanding what the heck I'm supposed to do other than share. I was like, I can do that. I can share. I can invite people to have life-changing opportunities like me because I get how fitness can help you. I get it. I've seen it. I've seen this opportunity. So I just set this crazy goal to grow as fast as I could. And because I was so focused on inviting 10 people a day, and so focused on having those conversations and following up every day and showing up every day, no matter what, because I was seeing the growth every day. And even on days when like nobody would answer, I would still invite. I would still go back. Because then the next day I would have like 30 people to talk to. You never know when someone's going to be ready to talk. But you stay consistent in what you have set out to do. And I was diamond in 72 days, and 1 star right after that, 2 star, and then boom, top 10. Like, that was the snowball effect for me. I'm not saying that happens for everybody, but the catalyst was Summit, was listening to those stories. It was having a real amazing response to those life-changing events. And then it was showing up and just doing the basics. That's it. But it started with Summit. It started with that crazy decision to get in my car and get there no matter what. And never look back and never turn around. And that's kind of continued in my journey. I don't look back. I'm only looking forward. I'm now pushing my coaches to get there, to understand the value of being together and being at events and being a part of this community. So I hope that you get the heart that I'm trying to share with you, that you got to get there. You have to be a part of the movement. You have to be a part of the action and the energy. You got to feel it, you guys. You will never understand it until you are right there in it. And it will change your life. It will change your business. It will change the way that you see everything. I got to get my daughter now, but I have the freedom to do that. So, okay, bye.